Good evening and welcome to our midweek edition of Primetime News. I'm Ishmael Mukvonda. Leading our bulletin, tragedy struck earlier today as a fatal accident involving a government vehicle claimed the lives of two individuals. The incident occurred approximately 10 kilometers outside Tsumeb en route to Otavi on the B1 road. Providing insight, Namibian Police Force Oshozonjupa Regional Commander, Commissioner Heinrich Shivede, informed NAMPA that the government vehicle designated to the VIP Protection Directorate was carrying 4 occupants at the time of the accident. Regrettably, 2 individuals lost their lives immediately at the scene, while the remaining 2 were transported to the Otavi clinic with injuries. They were slated for transfer to the Ochivarongo Intermediate Hospital for further medical care. Our heartfelt condolences extend to the grieving families during this incredibly challenging time. Now, earlier today, Vice President Nangolo Mbumba presided over the inauguration of the 10th Mining Expo and Conference in the capital, acting on behalf of President Dr. Hage Geingob. In a speech delivered on his behalf, President Geingob underscored the critical role of exploration and mining as major pillars of Namibia's economy.
It is important at this juncture to remind you all that under the Harambee Prosperity Plan 2, in line with the economic advancement pillar, the first goal is to optimize the stewardship of our natural resources. This is crucial as it will prove catalytic in the advancing of our national developmental ambitions. Ladies and gentlemen, mineral resources are an integral part of our livelihoods, as they are essential in most of the industries required by many nations to ensure the survival of their societies and for global economic prosperity, peace, and stability.
Turning to continental developments, in the oil-rich Central African nation of Gabon, rebel officers declared today that they had taken control of the government. This comes in the wake of contentious elections during which President Ali Bongo Ondimba, who has been in power since 2009, was declared the winner. President Bongo, aged 64 and hailing from a family that has governed Gabon for over 55 years, was reportedly confined to his residence, and one of his sons was apprehended on charges of treason, as indicated by the coup leaders. For a comprehensive overview, let's hear from Diana Kauta with her report.
In a dramatic pre-dawn address, a group of officers declared all the institutions of the Republic had been dissolved, the election results cancelled, and the borders closed. It was read by an officer flanked by a group of a dozen army colonels, members of the elite Republican Guard, regular soldiers, and others.
The
national and international community is informed that Mr. Ali Bongo Ondimba is under house arrest. He is surrounded by his family and doctors. People of Gabon, we are finally on the road to happiness. May God and the souls of our ancestors bless Gabon. Honor and loyalty to the fatherland, I thank you all.
Bongo was first elected in 2009 following the death of his father Omar, who had ruled the country for 41 years, reputedly amassing a fortune and route. The announcement came just moments after the National Election Authority declared Bongo had won a third term in Saturday's election with 64.27% of the vote. Reporting for Primetime News, Diana Kauta.
Now, moving closer to home, Zimbabwe's primary opposition party issued a call on Tuesday for new elections following the defeat of its presidential candidate by incumbent Emmerson Mnangagwa. The opposition strongly criticized the recently held vote, denouncing it as both flawed and illegal. The Citizens Coalition for Change has appealed to the African Union and the regional bloc of Southern Africa to intervene and facilitate mediation to address the crisis that has arisen in the aftermath of last Wednesday's election. Take a listen.
The only resolution and way forward articulated by CCC for avoidance of doubt and confusion is that Zimbabwe needs a fresh and broad and proper election to exit the current crisis. It is clear, it is non-negotiable that we cannot settle for any leader in Zimbabwe who lacks the true democratic will of the Zimbabwean people. A leader must be born out of a legitimate electoral process because that is what democracy and election is all about. The solution lies in calling upon our African brothers and those in the region, particularly SADC, the African Union, to help us to facilitate, to mediate, to scaffold, and more importantly, to guarantee a process that will lead our return to legitimacy.
Stay tuned for the business segment. Welcome to the Primetime Biz segment, your dedicated source for the latest in business updates and progress. Minister of Mines and Energy, Tom Alwendo, recently disclosed that his ministry has been receiving complaints from the public concerning certain unethical conduct exhibited by some of the ministry officials. These grievances primarily pertain to mining and petroleum licensing applications. Let's now delve deeper into the insights provided by the ministry on this matter.
It is alleged that friends of the ministry officials, I'm saying friends, are being favored and are being awarded licenses undeservingly. Second, applicants are being requested to pay a bribe for their applications to be evaluated. Now, we take these allegations in a serious light, and we want to ensure the public that when ministry officials are found wanting, appropriate action is taken against them. And in this regard, I urge members of the public to report unethical behavior by our officials and to do so with sufficient details to to assist us with our internal investigations. To make reporting easier, we have introduced what we call a fraud alert feature on our website. I'm calling upon the few disreputable ministry officials to serve the public with civility and ethically, and it's not for nothing that we are referred to as public servants. We are here to serve and not to be served.
In a recent development, Mines and Energy Minister Tom Alwendo has confirmed the successful opening of the electricity market within his ministry. This strategic move aims to facilitate the entry of new players, create fresh investment prospects, and explore novel technical advancements for the electricity supply sector. Let's now listen to Ndamona Kanganjera as she elaborates further on this matter.
Alwendo, during the South African Power Pool and Modified Single Buyer Market Access Conference in Windhoek, said that locally the Market Access Conference module allows certain electricity consumers and independent power producers to transact with each other directly for the supply of certain portion of their electricity requirement. During the same event, South African Power Pool Coordination Center Executive Director Stefan Diwa stated that South African Power Pool was established in 1995 to enhance the cooperation between the SADC member countries in the electricity sector. South African Power Pool has over the years been able to develop regional master plans for power generation and transmission, the last one having been released in 2018. A process of revising it has been initiated. In this context, regional power pools in Africa play a key role to integrate national power systems and harmonizing regulatory and operational frameworks. Reporting for Primetime News, Ndamona Kanganjera.
Wrapping up our featured news segment for this evening, our focus now shifts to the imminent weather forecast. Welcome to Sport Planet, your ultimate source for all things related to thrilling sports action. We commence with football. Cameroon head coach Rigobert Song made an unexpected decision to recall goalkeeper Andre Onana on Tuesday for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations qualifier against Burundi. The 27-year-old Manchester United player had previously announced his retirement from international football last year after being dropped from the World Cup roster due to a disagreement with coach Song. Cameroon needs only to draw in their match against Burundi on home ground on September 12 to qualify for AFCON. Now, on to English Premier League. Raphael Varane has been ruled out for a few weeks as Manchester United's injury issues pile up ahead of their Premier League trip to Arsenal. Erik ten Hag's side head to North London on Sunday without several players for their final match before the international break. Luke Shaw and Mason Mount are currently out of action, while new signing Rasmus Højlund has yet to make his debut due to a back complaint. Tyrell Malacia, Amad Diallo, Kobbie Mainoo and Tom Heaton have missed the start of the campaign, and now experienced French defender Varane faces a spell on the sidelines. Stay tuned for your sports roundup. As we conclude tonight's broadcast, we want to express our sincere appreciation for your continued viewership. Your support is truly invaluable. Moreover, we encourage you to engage with us by liking, sharing, and leaving your thoughts in the comment section. On behalf of myself, Ishmael Mukvonda, and our dedicated team behind the scenes, we wish you a serene and restful night ahead. Good night.